Hello friends, welcome to your 55-minute full body stretch and mobility session. Today is day 24 of 24 of the shredded challenge. If you're doing that with me, we have spent the last 4 weeks really putting our bodies through a lot. So today we're just gonna wrap things up by getting back to our bodies a little bit. All you need is a flat surface to work on and a clear view of your screen. We're gonna have a nice relaxing stretch and mobility flow. If you're ready, let's hop right in. All right, let's start in a child's pose, big toes touching, knees nice and wide. Send the hips back towards those ankles. Walk the arms forward. And let's focus on our breathing. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Now today I really want us to focus on, with every exhale we take, I want us to focus on deepening the stretch or the mobility movements, really utilizing our breaths today. Amazing. Walk your hands forward until your booty lifts up over your knees. And from here, we're just gonna walk our hands side to side, nice and slowly, stretching into the sides of our lats here, melting the chest down towards the ground with every exhale. Well done. Wherever you are, walk your hands towards the center, arms running parallel to each other. Rest your forehead on the ground. Bring your hands to touch, and we're gonna lift the hands up overhead and then straighten back down. We're gonna stretch here into our triceps and down our lats still. The closer you bring your elbows together, the deeper you're gonna feel this. So just keep that in mind, focusing on our breaths. With every exhale, melt the chest down. Well done. All right, lift up onto your hands for a tabletop. What we're gonna do now is we're going to bring one hand up overhead, open the chest, exhale, thread it through, drop the shoulder, push into the ground for a slight stretch, and then just flow it out. Inhale and exhale. I'm going to give you the option here, if you would like to, when we come into the twist, to extend the free arm up overhead to deepen the stretch and then flow it out again. Otherwise, you can just stay with the normal thread to needles. Well done. All right, let's do that on the other side, starting with just a basic thread the needle. Twist it open, exhale, thread it through, drop the shoulder, press it into the ground. Well done. And if you would like to add the reach, this is your time to do so. Completely optional. Amazing. Back into tabletop for me. What we're going to do now is work into the wrists in all directions. So we're just going to slightly lean forward, rock back, lift up onto the tippy tips of our fingers, and drop it back. Take these slow and don't push yourself too hard. Obviously, our wrists are quite delicate. So we are strengthening and stretching here. Keeping our arms nice and straight. Turn the inside of your elbows towards each other to really lock out those arms. Well done. You got this. Well done, friends. Okay, let's flip our fingertips so they're now facing our thighs. And we're gonna rock backwards, keeping the palms of our hands on the ground, and then rock forwards. Just slightly shifting our weight back, nothing too intense. Good. Straight arms for me. Be nice and gentle. Amazing. To the end. Okay, we're gonna work into the sides of our wrists now. So what I want you to do is have our fingertips facing outwards. Bring one hand into a fist. We're gonna lean over towards the flat hand, just for a second. Bring it back through center, then swap it out. Fist, lean it over, and swap. Good, focus on getting nice straight arms here. You should start to feel a little bit tired in those forearms. That is normal. Well done. Amazing. Staying in tabletop position here, let's warm up through our spines with a normal cat-cow. So inhale, arch the back, crown of the head, tailbone goes up. Exhale, push the ground away with the hands, tuck the hip bones under, get a beautiful arch in the top of that back. And then flow with your breath. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. All right, what's gonna happen next is I want us to freestyle some cat-cows. So if you wanna take it in circles, if you wanna take it spinal waves forward and back, honestly, I just want you to move in a way that feels good for you. So round and around, forward and back. Really just stretch things out. Maybe it's just side to side. Maybe a little bit of everything. The crazier you look, the better. Good, exaggerating these movements so you really get into the nooks and crannies of our spine and our torso. Try different poses, see what works for you. Maybe some areas are feeling tighter than others. Well done, a little freestyle flow there. Amazing. Walk your hands out nice and far, fingertips facing away. We're gonna drop one shoulder down, really press that shoulder into the mat, open the chest to the side wall, and then switch it out. Stretching through the delts and our pecs here. Good job. Great job. All right, back into tabletop position. We're just gonna do alternating bird dogs. So reaching opposite arm, opposite leg, nice and strong. You're back through center, and then other side. Really focusing on keeping that lower back neutral. It is not gonna arch up. Not doing that. Being it nice and strong, lifting through the glutes. Building some core strength here. See how far you can reach those fingertips forward and how far you can send the toes back. Good job. Amazing. From here, plant your hands, tuck your toes. We're gonna lift up into a down dog. Press your shoulders, your chest through your shoulders, and do whatever feels good here. If you wanna walk the dog by pedaling out your ankles, feel free. It does feel really lovely on the back of those legs. Continuing to press your hands into the mat, push the chest through the shoulders. And breathe. Good, all right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna pick a leg. I'm gonna step my left leg to center, right leg is gonna sweep up. And then we're gonna exhale, bring it to plant. In between those hands, drop the knees, sweep the arms up. And then repeat. Nice and slow here. Sinking the hips down. In this lunge, you'll feel it in the back of your hip flexor. All right, wherever you are, find yourself back in the low lunge position with that back knee on the mat. From here, shift it back so that your hip is stacked over the back knee. I want you to focus on bringing your hips square to the wall in front of you. Squeezing this back glute, we're gonna shift it forward. Good, pushing this glute down towards the mat. Feel that hip flexor and breathe into it. Good, with every exhale, melt those hips down, lower, closer to the mat. Good job. All right, let's plant those hands on the inside of the foot. From here, we're gonna send it back into hamstring stretch, keeping the hips lifted, chest flat, and then walk it back down into a lizard. Walk it back, flex the foot, and walk it forward, sink the hips down, really flossing through the back of the leg here. Feels great if you have tight hamstrings like me. Good. I want you to remember that when we come into the half splits, to keep your tailbone lifted nice and high, chest open. If you drop the tailbone and drop the chest, you're gonna lose the length on the back of that hamstring, and you're not gonna get as effective of a stretch. All right, wherever you are, send it back into the half splits, and we're just gonna sit here for 1 minute, breathing into the stretch in the back of that leg. Good. Big inhale, lengthen the spine, and on the exhale, you can sink it forward, down. Well done, to the end. All right, what's gonna happen next is we're gonna walk forward into the lizard, so hands are inside of that foot. Heel toe the foot out a couple of steps, roll onto the outside of that foot and add a little push on the inside of that knee for a lizard push pose. If you wanna deepen it, come down onto your forearms. Focus on relaxing that back hip flexor, pressing the knee and the top of the foot into the ground for an active stretch. Good job. Relax into it. Amazing. Plant your hands. Let's heel toe that foot all the way to the other side of the mat. Drop the knee down, sink the hips down for a pigeon pose. The closer you bring your ankle to this hip, the less of a stretch you're gonna get. So if you wanna deepen the stretch, bring it out more parallel to the top of your mat. But wherever you are, focus on your breathing. You can stay up here. You can bring it down here. It's completely up to you. Feel this stretch in the bent legs glutes. All right, good job. Come up onto your hands if you're not already. Bring both legs back, big toes touching, knees as wide as the mat. What's gonna happen now is we'll sink our hips down towards our ankles and then drop it forward, keeping the knees and the toes where they are. Drop the hips down, send it back. Now these diamond rocks are beautiful for getting into those hips. It's a bit of an awkward stretch, I do realize that, but it feels good. So, good. Really focus on lifting the chest as you bring those hips forward. Well done. All right, let's pop it into a deep Malasana squat. As low as you can get, as beautiful and open as you can with that chest as well. Pressing our elbows into our knees, maybe rock side to side. That feels good. You can also add reaches if that feels good. Make this your own. Maybe you can do a little bit of both. Keep going. All right, what's gonna happen next is we're gonna bring our feet nice and wide and do Skandasana to each side, which is essentially just a low lateral lunge. So sink it down as best as you can to your edge of your ability. You're gonna switch it over. Drop the hip, keep the heel planted, chest up. And trust me, I realize that my mobility on this one is decent. It comes with practice. So if you're up here, that's fine. If your heel is lifting, that's fine. You can always prop something under those heels to give you some extra support. Good. Building strength and stretching at the same time. All right, I want you to make sure that you're ending up now facing the other direction. So we're gonna do the tripod stretch to a lunge now on the other side. Beautiful little transition we just did. We're gonna repeat those exercises all on the other side. Good, send the hips down, chest up, untuck the toes. Well done. All right, wherever you are, find yourself back into that low lunge, and we're gonna hold it here, making sure we start at the top Tucking the hip bone under, squeezing this glute, then we sink down towards the front ankle. Good. Keeping nice and tall with our chests. And with every exhale, try and sink a little bit deeper. Good job. Great job. You know the deal. We're going to drop the hands now to the inside of that foot. We're going to walk it back, keeping our chests open, flex the toes, straighten out the leg, and then walk it back into a lizard. Good job, push to the end. All right, we're gonna hold here in the half split, making sure you are keeping your tailbone lifted nice and high, back straight, chest open, legs straight, toes flexed. And breathe. Well done. All right, let's walk it forward. Hands on the inside of that foot, heel toe, and then roll out onto the side of that front foot. And we're gonna add a little push on the inside of that knee to deepen into our hips, open things up. You can obviously come down onto your forearm if you'd like to deepen things a little bit more. Well done. Breathe into it, friends. Great work. All right. Heel toe over to the opposite side of the mat. Drop the knee out for pigeon pose. Enjoy the glute stretch here. Really focusing on our breath. Big, deep inhales. And with exhales, I want you to focus it towards the area that you're feeling the stretch. Really imagine all the tension just releasing from that muscle. Well done. All right, come up and bring both your ankles and your knees as wide as the mat so that they're parallel toward each other. And we're just gonna rock forward and back. So doing a little bit of a frog stretch here. Just to show you from the front. Knees nice and wide as they can go. We're really gonna focus on sinking the hips down and back. You'll also feel this on the inner thighs. And then rocks forward slightly. Great job. All right, onto your booty for me. Bring your big toes to touch. Let those knees fall outwards like the weight of gravity. Just bring them out, sit nice and tall, and let's roll out our necks. Beautiful big circles. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. And switch directions. Well done. All right, what I want you to do now is bring one shin in front of the other, both on the ground. Find where your foot and your knee make a little V. We're gonna reach through that V, keeping the opposite hip still planted on the ground. Straighten through the back, open the chest. It's not about going far, it's more about the quality of that reach. So you should feel this nicely on the side of your back and down into your glutes if you have tightness there. Well done. All right, let's bring the leg that's in front up and over the leg that's on the bottom. We're gonna do a little spinal twist. So really inhale, lengthen through the spine. We're gonna hook opposite elbow to opposite knee. Other fingertips TP behind you. And we're just gonna add a little gentle twist here. Now feel free to just hold this, but if you want to make it more dynamic, think about lengthening the spine up every inhale and then twisting around every exhale a little bit deeper. Well done. All right, bottom leg comes 90 degrees in front. The leg that was twisted over comes 90 degrees out from the side. Sitting nice and tall, hips facing the wall in front, we're gonna lift the knee to the side and drop. Lift and drop. Press into the inside of this back foot. Building strength here in our upper outer glutes. Great for hips mobility here. Enjoy. Good. See if you can hold it for about a second at the top before you drop it down. Really control this movement. It's not about getting as high as possible, just working within what you're capable of. Amazing. We're going to repeat those 3 exercises now on the other side. So let's stack our shins one in front of the other. Find the little V made by your foot and your knee. Keeping the opposite hip planted nicely on the ground. Great job. All right. Foot that's in front is going to cross over the foot that's on the bottom. We're going to lengthen, twist, opposite elbow to opposite knee. Well done. This mic is really bothering me in this sports bra, I'm not going to lie. All right. Good. Think about lengthening up and then twisting over with every inhale and exhale. Amazing. Top leg comes to the side at 90 degrees, bottom leg to front at 90 degrees. Sitting nice and tall, we're lifting the knee and dropping it back down. Good. Press onto the inside of the back foot. One side might feel a lot weaker. For me, this side definitely feels tighter, but also weaker, without a doubt. Well done. Amazing. Come into a bent leg V position. So feet moderately wide apart. We're going to drop one knee into the center, peel it open, and then other knee into the center, peel it open. Now the key here is to keep both hip bones flat on the mat the entire time. Your torso is not moving. So I'm not shifting my hip up, my torso over. We're keeping it completely stationary. The only movement is coming from that hip joint itself as the knee drops towards the center line of the body. Ooh, yeah, this hip definitely. My right hip is so much more, there's a lot more tension there than in my left. Definitely feel that. Making note. Alrighty, well done, friends. Pick a side. I'm going to start on my right side here. Sitting nice and tall. We're going to straighten and bend, tap the toe down, straighten and bend. Now you could play around with having a flexed foot or having a point in your foot. Having a flex foot will deepen this into the hamstring, but you can maybe play around with it. Well done. Building strength here, especially through the knee and the quad, but also stretching into the hamstrings. So this is like a triple whammy. Amazing. I want you to take the straight leg, bend it so that our knee is now, our ankle is now over our knee. And this is a seated figure four. I'm going to give you the option of either swaying side to side, deepen into those hips, keep this knee peeling outwards, or if you want to do some ankle rolls, if that feels good, both directions, or you can do a combination. The closer you bring the bottom foot, the deeper you'll feel this in that hip. Well done. All right, from here, we're gonna keep the figure four stretch. We're just gonna drop it down onto our backs. So lift the bottom leg, reach through, grab behind your thigh, then relax your head down, pulling your thigh into your chest, continuing to peel the bent leg's knee outwards. If you want, you can even add a little push. But just focus on how good that stretch feels in the outer glutes. And maybe you can circle out your ankles if you'd like on both. Well done. All right, keep holding on to the thigh, drop the other leg, extend it out. From here, we're gonna straighten the leg and grab wherever feels most comfortable. So either behind your thigh, your knee, your calf, or your ankle, completely up to you. The higher you go, the more intense this will be, so just keep that in mind. And let's point and flex, point and flex. Pulling the leg in towards our chest the entire time. Amazing. Bring this straight leg into a bend, 90 degrees, and let's twist it over to the opposite side of the body. Try and get that knee to touch the ground as best you can, adding the weight of your hand on top of the outside of the knee. Other arm extend. So hold this twist. Breathing into the twist of your torso. Well done. Roll yourself on up. We're gonna repeat all that now on the other side. So make sure we are going to straighten and bend on the other leg. Keeping our shoulders peeled back, chest nice and open. Play around with pointing and flexing those toes. Well done, friends. Let's bend that leg, bring the ankle over the opposite knee. Place your hands behind you. And we can rock side to side or focus on circling out that ankle, whatever feels good. And also, just a little side note, if you want to stretch more into your chest, walk your hands out a bit further, feel the shoulder blades together, and you'll start to feel it a little bit more in your chest. Keep it up. We're so close to the end here. Our bodies are probably feeling a little bit more relaxed. It's been a hectic week. The workouts have been longer if you've been doing the challenge. All right, let's drop it down onto the mat. Lift the bottom leg, reach through, grab the thigh, relax the head down. You can circle out your ankles here if you'd like. But yeah, if you've been doing the shredded challenge, well done. This is the final day and the workouts have been quite long, especially in this final week as part of the progressive overload formatting. So it's been no easy feat, but you're here. And if you have no clue what I'm talking about, this workout is part of a challenge that I've hosted. The 28-day body recomposition challenge, a good amount of strength and cardio. Each week follows a different format of workouts, which keeps things very interesting. You can find that on my channel if you'd like. Otherwise, I'm just proud of you for showing up and doing this today because stretching and mobility is very overlooked by a lot of people, so you have to give yourself a big pat on the back. All right, drop the one leg out, extend the other leg, grab whatever feels best for you, and we're gonna point and flex. Ooh, this hamstring is so much more tight than the other side. Good. Remember, we're pointing and flexing the toes, flossing into the back of our legs. Amazing. Bring that leg to 90 degrees. You know the drill. We're going to twist it over to the opposite side of our body. Try and get that knee to touch the ground. Extend the opposite arm. And just enjoy the twist, breathing into that spine. Well done, friends. Untwist yourself and let's bring in one knee towards our chests. Bring your foot up towards the ceiling. Grab on the outside of that foot and we're going to pull that knee down to your armpit. You'll really feel this in the back of the hamstrings, down the hip and into the glutes for half happy baby. Breathe into it. These are our final moments together. It's been a fun month. Quite an intense month, so this feels so good to give back to our bodies. Well done. Let's switch it out. Extend that leg out. Bring the other foot in. Final moments here. We're so close to the end. Well done, friends. Almost there. All right, what I want you to do now is bring the other leg in to join. We're going to do full happy baby here, planting both the tops of your hip bones onto the ground as we pull those knees in. It's a very awkward looking stretch, but it feels amazing on the adductors, so the inner thighs. And if you want, you can rock side to side. Amazing. And final stretch. Bring those feet together. Drop them down onto the mat. Let the weight of your knees drop your thighs outwards. And breathe our final little breaths here together. In through the nose. Expand the belly. And the rib cage. Exhale. Let me hear it. Give me 2 more at your own pace. Make them good. And when you are ready, you can bring your legs together, roll yourself on up because you have earned yourself the most massive round of applause and a big pat on your back, especially If you have made it through all 24 workouts of the Shredded Challenge, I am so incredibly proud of you. I hope you are too. Please let me know in the comments how you're feeling, if you've done the challenge, or just in general how you're feeling after this workout. As per usual, I'm so proud of you for showing up for yourself today, especially considering that this was about stretching and mobility. It wasn't an intense workout, but it still counts. So well done. Otherwise, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I hope to see your face in another video very, very soon. Bye, friends!